I'm not sure if this looks familiar to anybody. I'm someone who takes things to pieces rather than throw them away if I can, and I try to use any bits that I can find. And to be fair, I have made quite a few things and put quite a lot of stuff together using old bits, but so you do tend to accumulate a lot of screws, and then because it's just too soul destroying to deal with them at the time, you fill a box. There you go, that's a box, and then you end up with loads and loads of screws in a box, and the next stage is raking your hand, pouring at these screws, trying to find the thing you want. So you do that for a while, and then you remind yourself of your dad and start thinking, oh my god. So at that point you decide, I need to organise these to stop them from being just junk and turning them into resource. That's my view, really. It's similar to weeds are just plants in the wrong place. I think rubbish is just resources in the wrong place. Maybe resources that's not sufficiently organised. So, then you start filling up plastic boxes. So what have we got here? Passivated screws from the balcony that we've just pulled down. We've got steel slotted screws. These are drywall screws, found those, and steel crosshead screws, posi drive, medium sized, a nail, that's not a screw. So I mean, and then so you do that, and then you start to put together little drawers, screw head bolts, screws, steel, flathead screws, to differentiate them critically from screws brass flathead, which are brass, not steel. So yeah, so far so soul destroying. What's that? Who knows? Some sort of coach screw, I suppose. That might even need its own box just for that. God. So this thing, it's like a stud, I suppose you'd call it, but it's a wood screw stud. Needs its own drawer. Stud wall fixings, I think. Needs a drawer. Oh, in these. Are they bolts? Are they screws? Are they bolts? Bolt head screw. Needs a drawer. So yeah, I haven't even started on this bit. So I tend to, God, this is dreadful. I tend to use a magnet to try and pull the metal bits out, because loads of sawdust and crap seems to accumulate in them as well. That's a washer, I know what that is. That needs to go in the washer drawer, which there is one. So there we are. So if you spend quite a lot of time that you don't actually have, organising things like this, you're not alone. You will also be privy to the emotion, that rewarding little dopamine kick when you find you need a particular part and think, oh, I've got to draw with one of those in and pull it out. That's what keeps you doing this. I'm not sure whether the amount of joy I get from that is compensates for the amount of pain and sort of misery of this process. I don't suspect I'm going to thank myself on my deathbed. Oh, there is a wren's nest, just out of everyone's, just no one's interested. I've got a wren's nest in the back wall of the workshop. How beautiful. So there we are. I think there might even be 4 in there. They don't seem to be too bothered by me. I was staying out of the way, so I'll zoom you out again. So there we are. Yeah. Somewhere in here there's even a screw with both a slotted and Phillips stroke posi drive head. No idea what to do with that. Probably needs its own drawer. So there we are. Thanks very much.